Hello everyone. It is December 26th, 2012, day after Christmas. I hope everybody had a enjoyable Christmas with their family. And now that Christmas is over, it is New Comic Book Day. Now, as you heard last week, it's going to be a small day today because a lot of the books were sent out last week because there was no shipping this week. So let's take a look at what came in last week that we were able to pick up today. Amazing Spider-Man 700, the book everybody's been waiting for. There it is. Until, of course, they change the name or come up with another Spider-Man book. I was able to pick up a variant, 700 variant. I've picked up some crossed books. Get them in kind of a sequence here. This is Cross 20, Badlands. This is the Red Cross edition, which I thought was kind of cool because the book was kind of cut in half. Bad guy on the left in red, good guy on the right, not in red yet. The wrapped Route 666 cover. The torture cover, little girl doing some serious damage to somebody. And then as always with Crossed, they'll always touch bases and do something. Look, I like scary, dark, violent just as much as anybody, but there are some lines I don't cross that much. I buy the books because I have every cover and I collect it, but there are sometimes I just kind of roll my eyes. This is one of them. This is the number 20 End of the World cover, and as you can see, the only thing getting messed up on these covers are these little babies. And again, you know, I know what you're doing. You've made a name for yourself doing shocking covers, and people say, hey, what are you doing? You know, I buy it. I'm not big about it. It is what it is. New 52, Aquaman number 15. Justice League of America 15, New 52. So that was pretty much my haul. There wasn't a lot of stuff out today, just a few things. Justice League, Aquaman, Crossed, and of course Amazing Spider-Man 700, which is the dominated the books today. And when I was looking at the Amazing Spider-Man 700 at my comic shop, I picked up a couple copies. I've been noticing something, and maybe people out there have noticed the same thing. In the 80s and early 90s, there was more than one comic book distributor that would issue comics out to shops. Ultimately, Diamond became the only game in town, either by buying out these smaller distributors or just being too much for other distributors to handle, because Diamond is a powerhouse and are the only game in town when it comes to comic book distribution. But I've noticed something. When there was more than one distribution company, Diamond did a really good job of making sure the books got to their locations, their shops, their businesses that purchased them in really good condition. You may have found maybe one or two in a whole batch, a whole order that was bad, because they took the time to make sure it was packed right, and they took pride in their business. But like a lot of things, when you are the only game in town, the service standard slips. Why does it slip? Because what are you going to do? When I purchased the Amazing Spider-Man 700 from my shop, my store had maybe 100 to 125 that they had purchased. And I had to go through most of them to find one at that location that wasn't beat to hell on the corners and the spine. And as I looked at other books, I've been noticing the same thing as it relates to a lot of the titles. Some titles come in, there's no problems. Most of the titles, though, where you used to have a couple of bad books that you'd have to send back, there are shops, in this town at least, and most of them are sending back multiple books because they're just beat up and people don't want them. I understand Diamond. What are you going to do? If they send you a book and it's beat up, is the shop not going to take Amazing Spider-Man 700? Because someone else will. Or any book for that matter, because if you want comic books or you have a business and you want them delivered, Diamond is who you have to go through. So Diamond doesn't care. They throw books in the boxes and they ship them out. Whether you like them or not doesn't matter to them. You don't like them, send them back to Diamond, and then instead of getting first prints of books, you're getting second and third prints of books. Your customers don't want second and third prints of books. They want a first print. Diamond understands that. So what happens is you have shops that have to take an inferior product because the distribution company doesn't care how the product gets out there. Marvel doesn't care how the comics go out there. Marvel wants everybody to go to digital comic books. Personally, I don't like digital comic books. I don't like digital comic books because I think it takes away from the collecting aspect. If I want to look at an old comic book, I go into one of my boxes, I pull out my old comic book. That is collecting. I don't want to see the future of comics, say I want to read an old copy of an Avengers book and have to go to a flash drive to plug it in and read it on the computer. There's something about holding a book in your hand. Now, whether or not Diamond is in cahoots with Marvel, because Marvel's profit margin is a lot bigger if they go digital because they don't have to pay anything more for it. Look, to Diamond, please, get back to where you used to be. I understand you're the big dog. I understand you're the king of the jungle. Put your books and send them properly so the collectors who buy them get a good, solid product. I don't send books to get graded. I don't care if the book is a 10, but I don't want a book that's brand new, that has chewed up corners and messed up spines and bends because that's not a new book. So please, take care of the books when you ship them out. And the businesses out there, if you're unhappy with it, do something. Say something to Diamond. Stand together. We are the ones who make them their money. Without the comic book collector, Diamond shrivels up and dies and blows away in the wind. Stand strong. State your case. Tell them that you don't like it. Make them change. To everybody out there, have a very, very safe new year. Watch out. Be careful. Let's make 2013 a fantastic year for comic books and the industries. Support each other. Stand by your comic book shops, your local shops. Support them. Again, this is just a quick little rant. If you didn't like it, as always, nothing I can do for you. Have a very, very, very safe new year, and I'll see you next year. Bye.